Can you solve all these class 3 Eves chapter 3 water or water questions? Water has.
Perfect. No shape is the correct choice. Stone will. Nice selection. Sink in water is the correct and valid answer. Forms of water. Solid response. Both B and C is a valid choice. Seawater is dash. Smart pick. Salty is the correct choice. Sources of water. Right again. Pond, river, lake is a valid answer. Largest water body. Correct. Pond is the right answer. Water is colorless. Well done. True is the right choice. Solid form of water. Clear logic. Your choice ice is sound and 100% true. Find the odd one out. Sharp thinking. Combing hair is the right choice. Dash water is salty. Well reasoned. A, B is the correct choice. Where we find water? Exactly. All makes sense and it is right choice. Which is not a river? Great job. Durga is the accurate answer. We use water for dash. Strong choice. A drinking is the right answer. How is water polluted? Correct response. Throwing garbage in water is the most accurate answer. Select the odd one out. Well picked. Sleeping is the correct answer. Your brother and sister. Bravo, siblings is the answer. Which is surface water? Valid point. River is true. Huge source of water is. Good job. Your answer ocean works well here. Water breaks in floods. You chose true, and it is correct. Choti work from Rajkot. Smart move. False is an accurate answer. Select the uses of water. On track. All of these is the correct answer. We are alive because of? Great thinking. Water is the right choice. Can we live without water? Nicely done. False is a solid answer. Water can be purified by. You're right. Boiling is the correct answer. Very less rain causes dash. Right choice. Drought is the best answer. Boat runs or moves in dash. Good thinking. Water is the right answer. Is water used for cooking? You got it. Your choice true is right. We should drink dash water. Excellent. Be clean is a brilliant choice. This is not a form of water. Nice work. You chose fog and it is correct. We do not use water to dash. Excellent choice. Dance is the right answer. Water exists in dash forms. You're right. 3 is the correct answer. Where do we get water from? Right again. All of these is a valid answer. We cannot live without dash. Bravo. B, water is the answer. Dash plant needs less water. Nice selection. Cactus is the correct and valid answer. We don't need water for dash. Right choice. Sea riding is the best answer. Some uninvited animals are. Excellent choice. Rat, lizard is the right answer. Examples of pet animals are. Good thinking, dog, parrot is the right answer. Which one is the odd one out? Excellent. Mountain is a brilliant choice. Which plant needs less water? You chose cactus, and it is correct. Steam is also a form of water. Exactly. True makes sense, and it is right choice. There are dash forms of water. Smart pick. C3 is the correct choice. Dash is a source of salty water. Strong choice. Ocean is the right answer. We must drink dirty water only. Correct response. False is the most accurate answer. Steam is the dash form of water. Valid point. B gas is true. Frozen fresh water is trapped in. Nicely done. Glaciers is a solid answer. Dash is the solid form of water. Great job. B ice is the accurate answer. The gaseous form of water is dash. Nice work. You chose steam and it is correct. We all are dash because of water. Good job. Your answer, Alev, works well here. Water is found in how many forms? Solid response. 3 is a valid choice. Which animal cannot live in water? Sharp thinking. Monkey is the right choice. Water is the form of a dash and dash. Clear logic. Your choice, Snow, and do is sound and 100% true. We should never clean our toilets. Well picked. False is the correct answer. Drinking water should be stored in. Perfect. Covered and clean container is the correct choice. What are the 3 forms of water? Well done. All of these is the right choice. Which river flows nearer to Badmol? On track. Lath River is the correct answer. Which is the main source of water? You got it. Your choice, Rain, is right. The amount of water is needed most. Correct. To water the fields is the right answer. At home, water comes from pipeline. Well reasoned. True is the correct choice. Which activity uses the least water? Great thinking. To drink is the right choice. In which activity do we waste water? Smart move. Swimming is an accurate answer. Dash is the largest source of water. Good job. Your answer A, ocean works well here. Combing hair does not require water. Great job. True is the accurate answer. We should dash water before drinking. Strong choice. A boil is the right answer. From the following, who lives on tree? Clear logic. Your choice, monkey, is sound and 100% true. Who makes iron tools is known as dash. Great thinking. Blacksmith is the right choice. A large body of salt water is called. Correct response. Ocean is the most accurate answer. We can find water in dash forms dash. Solid response. All of the above is a valid choice.
What is the name of your first school?
Well picked. Our home is the correct answer.
In villages, people get water from dash.
You chose A well, and it is correct. What are the causes of water shortage? Sharp thinking. All of these is the right choice. Mountains are not the source of water. Bravo. True is the answer. We are alive because of water and air. Excellent choice. True is the right answer. For which activity we need more water? Nice selection. Watering fields is the correct and valid answer. Water is not required for running fans. You're right. True is the correct answer. Drinking dash water is good for health. Correct. Clean is the right answer. Which one is not the property of water? Well reasoned. Colorful is the correct choice.
Which one is the longest river in India?
Right choice. Ganga is the best answer. Only dash % of fresh water on our earth. Well done. 0.3% is the right choice.
Drinking water should always be kept dash.
Nicely done. Covered is a solid answer. Which one is the natural source of water? Perfect. Rain is the correct choice.
To knead the dough, we do not need water.
Excellent. False is a brilliant choice. Dash is impossible on Earth without water. On track. A life is the correct answer. Dash is the main source of water in India. Nice work. You chose rain, and it is correct. A large area of salty water is called dash. Smart move. Ocean is an accurate answer. Tick the activity in which water is needed. Good thinking. To paint picture is the right answer.
Which of these is a moving source of water?
Valid point. River is true. Which one is the first step of water cycle? Smart pick. Evaporation is the correct choice. 4 activities which we can do with water. Right again. Both B and S is a valid answer. People obtain groundwater from dash and dash. You got it? Your choice wells and tube wells is right. Which of the following is not a use of water? Exactly. Running makes sense, and it is right choice. Which one is the huge source of salty water? A. Good thinking. Ocean is the right answer. Pick the activity you cannot do without water. Right choice. Bathing is the best answer. We should drink dash glasses of water per day. On track. 8 is the correct answer. The activities for which water is not needed. Well picked. To run a fan is the correct answer. Which is odd one out bucket tub, soap, bed. You chose bed, and it is correct. Which of the following is groundwater sources? Smart move. Tube well is an accurate answer. What is the percentage of fresh water on Earth? Excellent. 3% is a brilliant choice. Water on Earth can be found in the form of dash. You got it? Your choice, all of the above, is right. Which of the following is gear are sources of water? Bravo. All of the above is the answer. I'll wash my face with water. Who said to whom? Nice selection. Mana said to Nanny is the correct and valid answer. What is the largest body of water found on Earth? Clear logic. Your choice, Ocean, is sound and 100% true. Which disease is caused by drinking unsafe water? Well done. Cholera is the right choice. Drinking water should be stored in a vessel. Exactly. See, clean makes sense, and it is right choice. We must drink 8 to 10 glasses of water every day. Good job. Your answer true works well here. Those who makes wooden furniture is known as dash. Smart pick. Carpenters is the correct choice. Those who prepare gold ornaments is known as dash. Great thinking. Goldsmith is the right choice. Water found on the surface of land are called dash. Excellent choice. Surface water is the right answer. The first appearance of light in the sky is called... Great job. Dawn is the accurate answer. In which part of your house your mother cooks food? Nicely done. Kitchen is a solid answer. We need lots of water to water the fields or farms. Perfect. True is the correct choice. In condensation, when water cools down, it turns into... Correct response. Liquid water is the most accurate answer. Which of the following will contain the least water? Valid point. Glass is true. From the following, which is not the name of the river? Sharp thinking. Lakes is the right choice. Earth is covered with 124 of land is covered with water. Solid response. True is a valid choice. Rainwater that seeps into the ground is called dash water. Well reasoned. Underground is the correct choice. Which of the following is not an example of precipitation? Correct. River is the right answer. For which of the following activity water is not required? You're right. Writing a letter is the correct answer. Which of the following is not an artificial source of water? Nice work. You chose river and it is correct. The process of conversion of water to water vapor is called... Right again. Evaporation is a valid answer. Those who washes clothes of others for money is called as dash. Strong choice. Washerman is the right answer. From the following activities, in which activity you need water? Solid response. Cooking food is a valid choice. A group of people related to each other living together is called... Strong choice. Family is the right answer. Name the activity from the following which we cannot do with water. Perfect. Singing is the correct choice. Which from the following are the places from where we can find water? Nicely done. All of the above is a solid answer. In which part of the house will Chohotu like to spend most of his time? Right choice. Outside the pipe is the best answer.
A situation arises due to no rainfall in an area for a long period of time.
You got it. Your choice, Drought, is right.
Dash is the main source of water?
Well reasoned. Rain is the correct choice.
Identify and name the image shown.
Excellent choice. Tumbler is the right answer. A woman is fetching out water from. Correct response. Hand pump is the most accurate answer.
Identify and tell which part of house is this?
You chose bedroom, and it is correct.
Which source of water is shown in the picture?
Nice work. You chose pond, and it is correct. A compound that is being dissolved is called a... Well picked. Solute is the correct answer.
Evaporation occurs when water changes into dash.
Bravo. Water vapor is the answer.
What are the 3 states of water found on Earth?
Right again. Solid, liquid and gas is a valid answer. About % of Earth is covered with water. Exactly. 71% makes sense, and it is right choice.
Snow, sleet, hail, and rain are all examples of dash.
Smart pick.
Precipitation is the correct choice.
According to the image, this water cycle is called dash.
Well done. Evaporation is the right choice.
When the water has already evaporated and is found in the clouds, we call this cycle dash.
Good job. Your answer condensation works well here.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Great thinking. Contact Naran Changda on Facebook is the right choice.